Good morning, class. Today we are going to be working on fractions on a number line. And we're just going to be doing like the same thing we were doing before, placing numbers on a number line, negative and positive, but this time we're using fractions. So we're going to have to go back and we're going to have to use some of our past knowledge. So right here we have a list of steps to help us position the rational numbers on the number line. Now, rational numbers, that's a new one for us. Oops. Okay, a rational number can be made up by dividing two integers. Basically, it's any like number like 1, 2, 5/8, 9/100. These are all rational numbers. Okay, so first thing we need to do is sort the given numbers into groups of positive and negative numbers. So right here we have 3/2, negative 9/27, negative 2/4, 2/3, and negative 1 5/8. So I'm going to first start with the positives. So we have positive 3/2 and 2/3. And now we need to do our negative numbers. Our negative numbers are negative 9 27, negative 2/4, and negative 1 5/8. Okay, cool. So we could check off step number 1. Step number 2, convert improper fractions to mixed numbers. Okay, so let's see. 3/2, that's definitely an improper number. Remember, an improper fraction, is when the numerator is bigger than the denominator. Now, if you need to remember how to go back and do that and how to solve them, you need to go back to some of our past lessons or look inside your math notebook. Okay, so what we do is we need to turn that into a mixed number. And we do that by dividing the numerator by the denominator, and we get 1 with a remainder of 1. But we can't leave it like that. Remember, our 1 becomes our whole number, the remainder becomes our numerator, and the divisor is our denominator. So 3/2 is really 1 1/2. Now let's see. 2/3, that's not an improper fraction, and none of these are improper fractions. Okay, so we can check off number 2. Now number 3, simplify fractions to the lowest terms. So we're simplifying. That means we need to find the largest common factor. So 1/2, 1 1/2 is as simplified as it can be. 2/3 is as simplified as it can be, but 9 27. I know that 9 can go into 9 and 9 can go into 27. So 9 goes into 9 once. 9 divided by 27 is 3. So our new fraction is negative 1/3. Okay, let's see, 2/4. That's definitely can be simplified. 2 goes into 2 once, 4 goes into 2 twice, and it becomes negative 1/2. And then let's see, nope, we can't simplify 5/8 because 5 doesn't go into 8 and 8 doesn't go into 5. Okay, so now we have step 3 done. Now we need to put them in our line here. So we have 0, and then going to the right, remember, is positive, and going to the left is negative. So I'm always going to start with positive, and let's see, now which one is bigger? If you had 1 1/2 pieces of candy is bigger than 2/3 pieces of candy. So that's going to go with our first one. And you see they have little dots here to tell you where it goes because it helps you kind of visually. But I can't necessarily put it right there. It'd be too small for you to see. Okay, so if I'm going to cross out 2/3 or 3/2 because that's 1.5, and then I only have one more positive left, so I know it's going to go right there. And then I like crossing them out so that I know that I've already accessed them. Okay, so now this is going to get a little bit harder because we're dealing with negative numbers. So the smaller the negative number, the closer to 0 it's going to be. The larger the negative number, the farther away from 0 it's going to be. So our first ones that we need to look at is -1/2, -1/3. Well, what's one smaller? If you cut up a piece of candy into 3 and you only get one piece, is that smaller than if you cut up a piece of candy in half and you only get one part of that half? Yeah, 1/3 is smaller. So we got to put that one right here closest to the 0. And then we cross out that number. Okay, now next is, do we need to put -1/2 or -1 5/8? Well, obviously, if you only owe me 50 cents or a half of a dollar is less than if you owed me $1 or more. So that means we're going to put -1/2 right here. And then I cross it out. So I know I'm done with that one. And then our last one is -1 5/8, and we just put it right in there. Okay, hope this helped you out. If you need any help, please just send me an email and I'll do the best I can to help you. Hope you have a good day, and I'll be posting the answers later today. So all you have to do is work on this one right here. Just follow these steps. Have a good day.